Hello, my beautiful and magnificent Leo souls. Welcome back to Cosmic Wisdom, your sacred space for illuminating the divine truths written in the stars and, more importantly, within your own heart. I am your guide, and if you have found your way to this message at this very moment, I want you to know with every fiber of your radiant being that this is not by chance. This is a divine appointment. Pause with me for just a moment. Before we journey further into the golden light that is gathering for you, I invite you to find a quiet space. Take a deep, intentional breath in, hold it for a count of 3, feeling the power of the sun gathering in your chest, and then exhale slowly, releasing every shadow, every doubt, every whisper that ever told you your light was too much. Let your shoulders drop. Let your magnificent, generous heart, that vibrant sun, around which so many others orbit, open to receive. Because the universe, in its infinite and loving wisdom, is preparing your coronation. The spotlight you were born for is finally swinging in your direction. If you can feel the truth of that promise stirring in your lion heart, if your soul is rising to meet this sacred moment, I want you to do something for me now. Make a sacred pact with your own becoming. Press that like button. Not as a simple click, but as a powerful seal upon your intention, a cosmic declaration that you are ready to ascend to your throne. And if you are ready to claim what is divinely yours, to step into this new chapter of sovereign power, then go to the comments below and declare with all your heart, I am ready to claim my divine inheritance. Consider it a sacred covenant between us, between your soul and the universe. And if this path feels like home to you, subscribe to Cosmic Wisdom and join our pride of awakened souls so we may continue to walk this path of empowerment together. Are you ready, my dear Leo? Because this week, money is not just coming to you. It is being decreed for you. A wave of abundance is not just flowing, it is rushing to greet you, to bow at your feet. This is your billionaire moment. And I want you to understand, this is not a pretty metaphor. It is a divine setup. If you have been sensing that something powerful is shifting around you, that strange and potent mix of pressure and promise, you are right to feel it. You are not imagining things. Your royal intuition has been preparing you. This is the moment your soul signed up for long before you arrived here. Not by accident, not by coincidence, but by divine orchestration. From September 9th through the 14th, a celestial event of profound significance is unfolding just for you. Jupiter, the great planet of expansion, luck and miracles, is forming a rare and harmonious trine with the moon in your second house. Now let's pause and truly feel the weight of that. Your second house is the sacred vault of your life. It governs your finances, yes, but on a soul level, it governs your self-worth, your tangible assets, and the very value you place upon yourself. For Jupiter, the king of the gods, to form a perfect trine, the most blessed and supportive of all aspects to this area of your chart, is nothing short of a spiritual wire transfer from the heavens coded directly into your destiny as a cosmic payout. It is the universe looking upon you, its beloved royal child, and saying, it is time. If your heart has been longing for relief, if you have been performing on the stage of life with all your might, giving your light, your warmth, your generosity, and in the quiet moments asking, when is it my turn to be seen? When will my kingdom finally manifest? Then hear this now, magnificent soul. The answer is here. The cosmic decree has been set in motion. What you have prayed for in faith, what you have worked for with courage, is now returning to you with royal interest. Your energy has matured, your soul has endured, your time has come. The vibration of true sovereign prosperity is not something you chase. It is something you embody. It is the natural radiance of your being. And Leo, you are finally, truly vibrating at the frequency of wealth, stability, and divine inheritance. The pain you've carried, the times your generosity was taken for granted, the moments you felt unseen in the shadows despite being born for the sun, none of it has been wasted. Every tear was a diamond in the rough. Every perceived rejection was a sacred redirection. Every moment of silence was a preparation for the roar that is to come. You are no longer just surviving, my friend. You are about to start receiving, not through desperate hustle, but through divine alignment. So if you have been seeing the numbers 707 or 111, or even the number 8, the symbol of infinite flow, consider this your final, undeniable confirmation. Heaven is speaking directly to you. The universe has remembered its promise to you. The doors to your throne room are already swinging open. Thank you truly for being here. Your presence matters more than you know. Every comment you leave, every time you subscribe or share this message, you deepen your connection with this soul-aligned space. Cosmic Wisdom is more than a channel. It is a sacred meeting place, a pride of souls who are ready to remember who they truly are, creators, leaders, and beacons of light. So I invite you, Leo, yes you, to stay with me until the very end of this message. What you are about to hear is not just another horoscope. It is a divine activation. It is a prophetic insight. It is a set of spiritual instructions to help you walk with unshakable confidence into the overflow that is already and has always been yours. Take another deep breath. Center yourself in your magnificent heart, because what's coming next will awaken the part of you that already knows deep in its bones that this is your time to reign. When we speak of frequency, beautiful soul, we are not speaking of something abstract or mystical alone. We are talking about something that is alive, measurable, and deeply rooted in the fabric of who you have become. Right now, the frequency of wealth is being activated in your life, not just because of a beautiful astrological transit, but because you are finally aligned with the crown you were always meant to wear. The numbers highlighted in this week's Cosmic Code, the 9th and the 14th, are not just dates on a calendar. They are profound energetic portals. The number 9 is the sacred number of spiritual completion of wisdom gained. For you, Leo, this represents the end of the dress rehearsal. It is the closing of a long, often tiring act, where you played a role smaller than your true self. It doesn't just close a chapter, it brings resolution, understanding, and the soul maturity of a true sovereign. Then the number 14 follows with a powerful burst of liberation, of financial independence, and the courage to finally build the kingdom that has lived in your heart for so long. You did not arrive at this moment by accident. You arrived here through the storm. You journeyed through nights when the weight of responsibility felt heavier than any crown, and mornings where the thought of your bank account brought a chill of anxiety that was so at odds with the warmth of your spirit. You have shown up for others, Leo. Oh, how you have shown up. You have been the sun in so many people's cloudy skies, giving your light, your energy, your encouragement without ever being asked, and have often been forgotten when you were the one who needed a little light in return. You have learned generosity without condition. And let me tell you, that kind of heart-centered giving is never ever invisible to the universal ledger. What you have been calling hope, and perhaps sometimes even desperation, has in fact been a planting season. Each prayer that felt unanswered was a seed of your future kingdom. Every person who didn't see your worth was a redirection toward your own throne. Every not yet from the universe was a delayed yes with far more value than you could have ever imagined. You have been asking if anyone heard your heart's desire. You have been wondering if the heavens went silent on you, but now the answer is rising, not with a whisper, but with a glorious sun-drenched shift. What was once an internal dream is becoming an external reality. What lived only in your faith is beginning to take form in your hands. In astrology, when a benevolent giant like Jupiter activates a part of your chart related to finances, it brings not only outer expansion, but profound inner confirmation. It reveals what is already ripening within you. Your capacity to receive is no longer blocked by pride, by the fear of not being worthy, or by the survival mode conditioning of the past. You are not begging for a breakthrough anymore, Leo. You are receiving what was always meant to find you at the precise moment your energy was finally ready to hold it without fear. And my magnificent Leo, that time is now. There is something deeply sacred in being ready. Not just ready to get more, but ready to become more. That is what this moment is truly about. It's not just about the money, it's about the awakening of your divine worth. The money falling into your life is not the end goal. It is the echo of a profound transformation that started the moment you chose to believe in your own value, even when outer circumstances told you otherwise. And now, that belief is returning to you, multiplied. In so many sacred texts, we are reminded that the harvest is always tied to seasons of faith. Do not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time you will reap a harvest if you do not give up. Leo, you did not give up. You kept shining quietly, faithfully, even when you felt you were shining into the void. And heaven has not forgotten. The energy you carry now is no longer the vibration of longing. It is the resonance of arrival. So take a breath and let this truth settle into your very bones. You are allowed to receive. You are safe to prosper. You are ready to hold more. And if you feel that in your spirit right now, let the universe know. Leave the number 707 in the comments, not just as a code, but as a statement, a declaration, a sacred and resounding yes to the flow of abundance that is already moving toward you. Your journey, dear Leo, has never been simply about acquiring wealth. It has always been about who you are becoming in the process. The truth is, the universe doesn't hand over great prosperity to just anyone. It entrusts it to those who are prepared to carry it with wisdom, with a generous heart, and with a clear purpose. This is the very essence of your transformation. You have been shaped, not punished, refined, not rejected. What may have looked like closed doors and painful breakdowns were actually carefully timed initiations, spiritual rites of passage that deepened your soul and expanded your capacity to hold not just money, but meaning. Leo is the sign of the fixed fire, the radiant heart of the zodiac, the king or queen of the celestial court. You embody the archetype of the benevolent sovereign. This means the version of you today is not the same one who once prayed for help with a heavy heart. You have grown. You have been made strong in the invisible places, and now your energy reflects that readiness. This part of your chart is no longer in the shadow of survival. It is moving into the brilliant light of legacy. Think about the cosmic shifts supporting you. Pluto, the planet of deep transformation, is finally moving away from the difficult transits that may have challenged your sense of power and control for years. This signals this exact moment you are stepping out of an energetic quarantine and into a state of empowered reception. Not because you chased money hard enough, but because you allowed life to shape you deeply enough. Think about how many times you could have become bitter, but you chose warmth instead. How often you gave even when no one saw. How often you chose to rebuild your faith in yourself, brick by golden brick, after being let down by others. That quiet resilience, that invisible strength, that unwavering heart, that is what true abundance responds to. Because real wealth is not just a number in an account, it is a vibration. It is a way of being that magnetizes opportunity because the soul behind it has done the heart work. And you, magnificent Leo, have done the work. When we talk about being ready, we are not just referring to strategies or business plans. We are talking about emotional maturity, about no longer linking your worth to your net worth, about no longer needing to prove your value with material things, but instead becoming someone who naturally attracts abundance because your heart is open, your vision is clear, and your soul is at peace. The universe entrusts its greatest resources to those who will not lose themselves in the process. And you have become someone who can be trusted with more. This is why, during this sacred moment of cosmic alignment, you are not only eligible to receive, but you are being divinely designed to lead. You are being positioned not just to accumulate, but to guide others out of their own darkness with the brilliant light of your lived experience. What once broke your heart now qualifies you to build kingdoms. What once made you feel small now empowers you to teach others how to stand tall. You do not just want money anymore, do you? You want to create an impact. You want your life to be a masterpiece, and that profound shift is the very signal the universe has been waiting for. So ask yourself now, with honesty and grace, can I hold this wealth with love instead of fear? Can I forgive those who may have betrayed my trust around money so I can stop blocking the flow that wants to reach me? Can I use my story to inspire others, not by preaching, but simply by being a living example of what is possible when you choose to shine, no matter what? These are not just reflections, they are doorways. And the moment you walk through them, you will not just attract money, you will attract your destiny. Not because you chased it, but because you finally became the sovereign who could hold it. When the energy within you aligns with the truth of who you are, beautiful Leo, something magnetic begins to happen. It is not a coincidence. It is not luck. It is resonance. And this week, that resonance is stronger and more powerful than ever before. The cards that came forward for you from the Sacred Tarot are not just illustrations, they are mirrors. They reflect the version of you that has stepped into divine authorship, legacy, consciousness, and visionary clarity. They are the Magician, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Star. These cards do not just predict your future, they confirm what your soul already knows. You are becoming a magnet for the very things you once thought were running away from you. The Magician speaks to your innate creative power. But this is not power as domination. For Leo, this is power as pure creation. You are no longer waiting for opportunities to choose you. You are choosing yourself. You are no longer asking for doors to open. You are building the kind of radiant, confident presence that causes doors to swing wide on their own. This shift is not rooted in ego. It is rooted in profound self-awareness. You have remembered that you are not just a seeker of miracles. You are the source through which miracles can emerge. You are the director of your own magnificent life story. Next, we have the glorious Ten of Pentacles. This is a message of wealth, yes, but it is so much deeper than that. This is a message of enduring value, of legacy. What you are drawing into your life now is not fleeting. It is not about quick wins or temporary highs. This is legacy wealth. This is generational healing. This is building financial structures that support not only you, but all those connected to your grand purpose. This card reminds you that what is coming is not simply for today. It is for the version of you who is becoming a provider of safety, of vision, of renewal for others. You are not just building an income, Leo. You are cultivating an energetic kingdom that others will one day be blessed by. And then comes the gentle healing light of the Star. This card is your divine reminder that your visibility is rising because your vulnerability has matured. The light that others are beginning to notice in you is not fabricated. It is the authentic result of your inner work. It is the courage you showed on the dark nights of the soul, the days of quiet, surrender, the decisions you made with a trembling but hopeful heart. The Star is the card that appears after the tower of the old self has fallen, after the illusions have crumbled, after you have been stripped bare and have chosen to keep shining anyway. That is the version of you the world is now responding to, the authentic, healed, and hopeful sovereign. So what does all of this mean for your relationship with money? It means that money is no longer something you must chase. Your frequency refined, by the fires of your heart is now utterly magnetic. You are not just attracting wealth, you are re-attracting people, ideas, and opportunities that are encoded with abundance. You are drawing in collaborations that once felt unreachable. Resources that once seemed blocked are now surfacing almost mysteriously. But it is not a mystery, is it? It is alignment. You have become a spiritual magnet. This is why old debts may be forgiven, why new clients are suddenly reaching out, why surprise payments are showing up, and doors you thought were sealed shut are beginning to creak open again. And here is the beautiful truth, Leo. You do not have to force any of it. Your only job now is to stay connected to your heart, grounded in your truth, and grateful for the becoming. Let your focus be on who you are, not just what you are getting. Because when your identity is rooted in your inherent worthiness and your actions are grounded in love, the universe cannot help but respond with glorious increase. If you are feeling this shift even now, as you listen, as you breathe, as your heart recognizes this profound truth, then anchor it. Type the words in the comments, "I am ready to receive what is already mine." Let it be not just a comment, but a royal decree, a line drawn in golden energy that tells the universe, "I am open, I am aligned, I am here." And what is meant for you, my dear Leo, is already on its way faster than you can possibly imagine. Wealth for a magnificent Leo soul was never meant to be the finish line. It is a tool, it is a current, it is a carrier of your grand intention. And when it is channeled with clarity and a generous heart, it becomes a vessel for profound healing and creation. You did not walk through fire just to buy comfort for yourself. You endured so that you could become someone who knows what true restoration feels like and can therefore create it for others. That is why the abundance now entering your life is not just for your enjoyment, it is for your divine purpose. You are not simply receiving, you are being entrusted. This chapter of your journey is about returning to the core of why you ever desired more in the first place. Was it really about the money itself, or was it about the freedom it would bring? The ability to rest without guilt, to give without fear, to create without the suffocating constraint of lack. This week's cosmic activation in your chart reveals that wealth for you is a divine assignment, and your soul knows this. That is why material things alone no longer satisfy you. You are being pulled towards something deeper, the ability to change lives, starting with your own. There is a quiet power that emerges when you realize that money in the hands of a benevolent sovereign can feed not only bellies, but also hearts. That your healing was not just for you. It was preparation for the leading role you were always meant to play. You have been through enough to recognize what hopelessness feels like, and now, with new resources flowing toward you, you become the one who gets to interrupt someone else's storm. Perhaps not with grand performative gestures, perhaps not with huge donations announced to the world, but with consistency, with truth, with your radiant presence. You become the patron to the dreams that others gave up on, the champion for the voices that were silenced by fear, the quiet guide who helps someone out of their darkest moments simply by showing them that it is possible to shine again. You are not just manifesting wealth, Leo. You are recultivating sanctuary, emotional, financial, and energetic. And every choice you make with this new abundance becomes an echo that ripples outward, creating spaces where others feel safe to believe in their own light again. When we speak of creating through wealth, we are not suggesting money alone is the creator. But we do know that having enough can open the door for someone to finally breathe again, for a parent to provide, for an artist to create, for a child to feel seen. This is the sacred responsibility behind your financial favor. It is not about performance, it is about pure alignment. It is not about giving from a place of guilt or obligation. It is about giving from a glorious overflow. And Leo, you are entering your season of overflow. So yes, Buy the beautiful car, build the magnificent home, book the incredible experience. But also, set aside something sacred, whether it is your time, your wisdom, or your resources, to plant back into the fields you once cried over. Remember the version of you who once prayed for just a little more recognition, a little more support, and let that memory shape how you share now that you have more than enough. This is not about sacrifice. It is about stewardship. It is the noble calling of a true king or queen. When you live with this kind of awareness, the flow does not stop. The more you give from alignment, the more you receive from grace. Because now, your wealth is no longer about what you can take. It is about what you can carry, what you can lift, what you can build. And the universe recognizes that. It is responding to your integrity, your healed intention, and your quiet readiness to be both a receiver and a redeemer. If you feel that truth sitting in your chest, even now, soft but undeniable, anchor it. Whisper it to yourself or write it in the comments as your sacred declaration: I am ready to use my wealth to create, not just to have. Let it be your prayer in motion, and then watch what comes next. Because you are becoming the kind of person the universe trusts with its most brilliant treasures. This journey into abundance is not just an energetic shift, magnificent Leo. It is a physical, emotional, and mental renewal. Everything in your outer life is a reflection of your inner alignment. And as the energy around you intensifies this week, your body and soul are asking for a royal reset. You have been receiving powerful downloads, intuitive nudges, and heightened synchronicities. That is no accident. With Jupiter activating your financial sector and the Moon stirring your emotional landscape, the universe is not only handing you new blessings, it is encouraging you to become the kind of sacred vessel that can hold them fully, gracefully, and sustainably. It begins with your nervous system. When we are stepping into a new level of abundance and visibility, the body can often respond with resistance. Not because we are not worthy, but because we have not yet taught ourselves that safety and grand expansion can coexist. This week, the invitation is to nurture your royal vessel gently. Sleep earlier than usual. Let stillness be your medicine. Limit stimulants that agitate your system and return to your breath as often as you can. A few moments of intentional deep breathing can signal to your body that it is safe to relax into receiving this new level of light. Your diet also plays a sacred role in your energetic clarity. The foods you choose either cloud your intuition or help it sharpen. This week, allow nature to fuel your inner sun. Foods like oats for grounding, walnuts for mental focus, and fresh orange juice for vitality and solar plexus empowerment. These are not just ingredients, they are tools that support your intuition, your creativity, and your stamina as you hold more light in your energy field. Movement is essential, but it must be restorative and regal. This is not the time to force or exhaust your body. It is time to dance with it. Gentle yoga in the morning to awaken your spine and your spirit. Slow, proud walks in the afternoon to process the incoming energy like a lion surveying its domain. Breathwork at night to clear what is no longer needed. Your body is the temple that houses your wealth. When you treat it with reverence, it responds with strength and radiance. Your environment matters too. If your workspace feels stagnant, it may be mirroring an internal state. Decluttering is a magical act that creates space not just on your desk, but in your mind. Reset your kingdom this week, burn a golden candle, rearrange something symbolic, rewrite your vision for the next 3 months. Not from a place of fear or urgency, but from a place of desire and calm royal authority. Even one small shift can open energetic pathways you did not know were blocked. Financially, discernment is everything now. This is not the time for impulsive investments or chasing noisy trends. Instead, consider how your money can act as a tool for karmic healing and joyful creation. Can you use it to support an artist whose work you admire? Can you release an old debt? Can you offer a generous gift just because it feels good? When you give from overflow, you invite more flow. You clear out what no longer belongs, so that what is meant for you has ample room to arrive in love. Colors carry codes too. Gold activates the frequency of wise action and divine wealth. Royal purple connects you to your inner wisdom and sovereignty. Ruby red energizes your heart's passion. Wearing or surrounding yourself with these colors is not merely aesthetic, it is alchemical. And the numbers this week act as your guideposts. 777 is a divine signature, a confirmation that you are not lost, you are perfectly aligned. 914 anchors the energy of this specific portal from September 9th to 14th, a time of destiny recalibration. And if you are seeing 111 or 1111, smile gently. It means your life is being witnessed by the heavens. The miracle has already begun. You are not just preparing for more, you are becoming more. Keep walking. You are doing beautifully. My dear Leo, as we come to the end of this sacred message, I want you to sit with a quiet and powerful truth. You are no longer the person who once wondered if things would ever change. You are becoming the one who changes things not through force, not through striving, but through radiant alignment with who you really are and what you are truly here to do. Everything you have listened to today was not just a forecast. It was a mirror, a gentle reminder of what your soul already knows deep down. You are stepping into a version of yourself that has been patiently waiting for you to say yes. You do not need to chase what is already yours, but you do need to choose it. That is the power you hold. That is the invitation this week has opened for you. So ask yourself, what am I willing to release to receive the life that is truly mine? What would it feel like to stop performing for survival and start creating from a place of pure joy? If wealth, healing, and happiness were guaranteed, how would I show up differently starting today? Your next steps are not about doing more, they are about doing what matters. They are about building routines that support your royal nervous system, making financial choices that reflect your new values, and expressing the truth your magnificent heart has been waiting to say. This is not about perfection. It is about presence. And when you show up to your life with this level of intention, the universe meets you with divine acceleration. I want to thank you genuinely for being here, for taking this time to receive, to reflect, and to reconnect with your sovereign self. Every comment, every moment you share with this space helps us grow not just as a channel, but as a family, a pride of souls, aligned in a purpose of light and love. Your support is sacred to this community. You are not just a viewer, you are a vital part of something deeper. And here at Cosmic Wisdom, we do not just speak of the light, we live it together. If you feel the truth of today's message resonating in the core of your being, I invite you to comment 777 below as a sign that your soul is in agreement. Then write a simple, powerful financial affirmation for yourself, something as personal as it is potent. Declare it, anchor it, and if you have not already, please take a sacred moment to like this video and subscribe, because what is coming in the next few weeks will build on this divine activation, and I want you to be here to receive it in real time. The truth is, Leo, you do not need to wait for a miracle anymore, because when you fully show up as who you are, healed, aligned, and gloriously awake, you become the miracle the world has been waiting for. Keep choosing yourself. Keep choosing light. Keep walking in your power. Your billionaire moment, your royal coronation has only just begun. Go forth and be brilliant.